I am Mitch. I'm Planet Mitch. I am the UpViral Copilot guy with no Copilot again. It's just me. Good to see you. Please let me know if you can hear me. I did the sound check. And you know how life is. Good morning, Deborah. Thank you. You know how life is where things kind of just go, bam, and they smack you? Well, 15 minutes ago, my computer decided to start acting really wonky, and I had to reboot the dang thing. And then, I don't know if you've got a Mac or Windows, but it did an automatic install. So I'm sitting here going, come on, I got a show to do. Hurry up. Thank you, Deborah. Good morning, Pete. Good afternoon, Pete. Tim, good afternoon. David, hi, David. Good to see you guys. I'm currently removing clothing because it's warm today in St. Louis. Woohoo! All the way up to 55 it's supposed to be today. It's currently 48 Fahrenheit. Really excited about that. Hi, Rob. What exactly is wonky? Good morning, Jeff. Natalie from Quebec. Man, you get started on the show, computer fails, you start getting phlegm or something going on in there, and it's all right, right? You guys are okay. Hi, Troy. It always installs, like Deborah says, at the worst possible time. Good morning, Martin, Steve. Good here. Bonus striptease. Have my UpViral shirt on today, not the one that says, the other one that says 250,000 leads, because I did that. I have my plaque back there. Have to get my picture taken with that, I think, today. Again, I am so proud of that. It's hard to figure out where to put it because I got cabinets and shelves and stuff. So I am blessed to be the very first one to ever receive such an award. And so I am very proud of that. UpViral is awesome. And as many of you know, I don't say that just because I'm co-hosting the show. Or hosting, depending on which way you want to go. Mark keeps calling me the host. So we're going to talk about some fun stuff today. Before I get started, I'm going to switch screens because I want to say this the right way. I have been asked to make an announcement, and the announcement is supposed to say next week's show, which is March 2nd, we're going to not only I think Mark and I will be here, but our good friend Wilco is going to be here, and he is going to make an announcement of a new feature that will be implemented for all y'all next week. I'm so excited. The title is New Feature Release Watch Party. Ready to increase the effectiveness of your campaigns? ? So that is really exciting. Next week is something new. And yes, I've seen it. Yes, I've had a lot of input on it. It is really going to change the game. Tim says, where's Mark? Well, Mark has got a lot of stuff to do. Lots of stuff to do. And so Mark is handing the show over to me multiple times in the last couple of months because there's a lot going on over at UpViral. So you're just going to have to suffer with me. Deborah says, that award is hard-earned, so you deserve it. Thank you, Deborah. What did Tim say? Where is Mark? Steve says, shh, Tim. I wonder. Anyway, let's not go there. I love Mark. Mark's a great guy. We do have little battles now and then. We get on these Zoom calls and we talk about stuff. And Mark tends to say, oh, Mitch, that's just you. Nobody wants that feature. And then recently, because he's been in there doing stuff with the tool, he's like, oh, I see what you mean. I really now understand what you meant. I'm like, yeah. Oopsie, almost fell over. Walked over the back of my my cushion. Tell the truth, Mark's out getting fish and chips with mushy peas and gravy. Could be. I don't know. Natalie, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that. I do enjoy this. I love helping all y'all build better campaigns. Diego, hi, Mitch from Long Island. Nice to see you, Diego. Thank you for popping in. And frankly, thank you for commenting. Because sometimes when you do a live show and you don't get to see anything happening, you kind of can start to wonder if anybody's out there. Rob, my friend Rob, says, are you doing anything new and unique with UpViral? I'm always doing something unique. One of my clients, by the way, right now has a campaign running that has a Typeform survey as the front end. There is no UpViral lead page. It's just a Typeform survey. And I have shown how to do that multiple times in the past, but nobody really has come to me and said, I want to make that happen. So he and I have that working, and he's got over 1,000 leads so far. At least last time I checked. So I think that's interesting. I saw a very interesting campaign yesterday. I don't know that we're going to have time to look into that, and I don't actually have permission to look into that one. I do have a client that is currently doing a boring standard campaign that has to do with Nutribar kind of things, and we're at 2,500 leads on that campaign. Let's see. You guys are commenting, so I appreciate that. John T, all users always use things differently than managers and designers. Yes, absolutely. The managers and designers want them to use it. I absolutely love that. I'm going to ring the bell on that one. John T, got to get the bell out. For those of you who don't know, I do actually have a physical bell, and this was my grandmother's bell, so this is an antique. So when you hear me ring the bell, that is an antique from my grandmother. It's about the only, well, I shouldn't say the only thing. There is, you can't see it, but there's a photograph of my great-great-grandparents over here. I have several things that I kept when my grandmother passed. But that bell, she used to put it next to my bed when I was sick, when I went to visit her one time. So, you know, in the old days before we had cell phones and texting and stuff, that's how I would get her attention, is with that bell. So I had a good memory for that. And John, yes, getting the UpViral team to sometimes recognize the things that I would love to see them do has been one of my great challenges, and I love giving them input. And a couple of us got to have a meeting recently with the UI guy, and that was really cool because we opened his eyes to several things. So obviously I can't talk about any of those things because I don't know whether they're going to happen or not. Deborah says, I heard when Mitch rings his bell, an UpViral angel gets their wings. That's hilarious, Deborah. That's hilarious. Amir asks, did you cover the use of Typeform with UpViral in any of your past sessions that I could view? No, I do have a video that is on my business YouTube channel. If you go over there and search for UpViral and Typeform, you will find it. I have it as a blog post. Hold on. I'm just going to see if I have the URL in front of me to be able to show you that blog post. Typeform. I'm not seeing it in my list. This might be it. I'm going to just post this link and we'll see if that's the right link. I'm going to click it myself after I post it. That's kind of risky. There it is. So that is the link. And for those of you watching later, if you just go to giveawayrocket.com/typeform, that is the link that has the video in it and it has an explanation of what's going on. Now, the reason I laugh is I did that video about 2 years ago. I had worked with a client that wanted to do something like that, and I figured out how to make it happen. And when I recorded the video, and I've not re-recorded it since then, but it's worked to its advantage because this particular client saw the video and he came to me and he said, Mitch, part of the video, right at the critical spot where you're describing how to do the very thing that's the most critical thing, your face is covering up the screen. And so he said, I had to contact you in order to find out what that was inside that thing. And so I ended up with a client because of that. Hold on a second. My cat wants out. I knew she was going to do this. Iris, here, go. She was sound asleep when the show started, and so I was like, I got to close the door so I don't interrupt my family. But anyway, so he contacted me because, and Deborah found it as well. But the link is, the video's in there. Thank you, Deborah. I think it's a really cool usage of Typeform because it just completely replaces the front end of UpViral. And one of the reasons I love it, absolutely love it, is because you can't do this with other tools because they don't have the one-click sign-up. And the one-click sign-up, which I've talked about multiple times, is the most amazing feature. I use it in all kinds of different ways. And so the one-click sign-up that UpViral has, as far as I'm aware, isn't in any other tool that does contests and giveaways. And it gives you this ability to send data to UpViral, kind of like Zapier does, if you know Zapier, in a very different way than you can do it with any other tool. And I'm going to disappear one more time on you. Da, 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 da. Sing the song, Mitch. Because I also realized my heater is on down there, and no wonder I'm getting freaking hot. My heater's on. Yikes. So now that that's off, what we're here to talk about, let me finish reading the questions. I have a bell from the game Pit. Cool. I think that's cool. Anyone hunting math tuition leads? That's an interesting question, Tim. Jeff asked earlier, can you use UpViral for affiliate products? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, absolutely. Now this monitor is going to die. All kinds of techie things are happening wrong today. Good golly. Yes, absolutely. You can do affiliate campaigns. Do it all the time. I don't do it all the time. I have done it. But yes, you can give away products that are affiliate things. John T says, I managed to create the process in paper form, but my client changed their mind on going forwards. Well, cool. Typeform isn't the only one. I have another tool that is, I can't remember the name of it, that I bought a lifetime deal, and they have just implemented the ability to create the one-click sign-up, and I just haven't frickin' tested it yet. I'll also tell you, by the way, if you want, before I get into today's topic, and it's already 15 minutes and I haven't even touched today's topic, I have a way, because the one-click sign-up, which is even the basic UpViral campaign, the basic plan, the cheapest plan has the ability to use the one-click sign-up. It's freaking amazing. So I have a tool called ConvertBox. I have affiliate links, so don't buy it. Shh, don't tell Mark I said that. ConvertBox is like a pop-up thing. So you can use it on WordPress. You can use it on all kinds of other sites. And so it's like a typical sign up kind of thing. Well, inside ConvertBox, what I'm now doing on some of these other sites is I'm saying, hey, sign up for my lead magnet. And we've talked about the different ways you can use UpViral. And maybe I need to do a whole show on this one too, is alternative ways of creating lead pages. That's what I need to call. That's what I need to do. But what happens is the pop-up comes up with the typical, hey, give me your name and your email. And because I can craft the one-click sign-up where I take the user's email and their name and I send it over to UpViral, then that can be the front end and get them into a campaign. So the next thing they see after they sign up is the share page, which says, hey, thanks so much for signing up to get the free thing or the lead magnet or whatever. If you share this with 3 friends, then I'm going to give you this $49 training program. How freaking cool is that? Please share. So there are all kinds of different ways of doing that. And there are different tools because UpViral has the ability to do the one-click sign up to do these kind of freaky cool things. All right. Rob asked, as I click sign up, do you mean the FB sign up, the Facebook sign up, or something different? Now, in this particular case, I don't have the access to the Facebook button, right? You can, in UpViral, you can do the username entry form, the email entry form, or you can use the Facebook authorization, or you can use both. But no, I can't do the Facebook authorization in another place. And by the way, another side topic, last week there was a really good conversation in the Facebook group about double opt-in and Facebook button sign up and stuff like that. You really should go back and read that whole thread. Deborah, if you tell us about tools to help us use UpViral successfully, I'm delighted for you to be compensated with a commission. Thank you, Deborah. It's fair and equitable. Wow, I am being compensated for this show, so theoretically, I'm not supposed to try to get compensation in other ways, but anyway, you get the idea. What is the one-click sign-up I'm referring to? It's a function inside of UpViral. If you go to the Promote tab, hey, Mitch, why don't you just show us what you're talking about? Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, Rob. I'll do that. So I'm going into UpViral before I share my screen because I want to make sure I'm not going to share something with you that is not appropriate, because I do have access to the beta thing that they are going to be launching next week. So make sure you come to the Copilot Show next Tuesday, March 2nd, for the big reveal of the new feature. Let's see. So I can't show you that one because it's a client campaign. Let's switch campaigns. So I'll give you this example, and we're going way off track, way freaking off track. But you're okay with that, right? Right? You're okay with me going off track because that never happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys over on that monitor, and I'm going to bring up that, and then I'm going to do desktop sharing and share my screen. So now you see inside this campaign. And so thank you, Tim. Martin, thank you. This campaign, and this is true for any of the UpViral campaigns. Let me turn my fancy cursor on. Mouse halo. You can see, can you guys see that? You can see the halo, right? All right. I found out last week I was trying to do something and you couldn't see that. But anyway, I think I fixed that. Inside the Promote tab in every campaign is this thing right here, which is the one-click sign-up link. Thank you. You guys can see it. I am not running any prawn contests, Larry. Although that would be an interesting client, wouldn't it? Anyway, so inside the Promote tab is the one-click sign up. Now, you can do all kinds of great things with this. You pick your tool of choice, right? This is your autoresponder. I happen to use ActiveCampaign. You could select, select Join Campaign, which is the primary usage of that. And this is the one that I am using for the Typeform campaign. It's obviously not this one because that's a different campaign, and it's in his account, not mine. But this, if you notice this link, and I know it's really freaking small, so let me blow it up a whole bunch. On the end of this is a couple of parameters, UV email and UV name. So when you do this link, UpViral sees that and they go, oh, well, he's bypassing the lead page and he's registering people directly and he's passed their name and their email address. So I'm going to sign them up and shove them on the landing page. I'm sorry, the sharing page. So, oops, I'm going to just demo this to you because this is one of the most freaking tools, right? So I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to paste it in. And I know it's really hard to see at the top of the screen because of the size, and I can't change that I'm aware of. And I'm going to replace first name with Mitch, and I'm going to replace where it says paren email close paren with PMT, which is my viral traffic guy link. Now, that's what would happen inside your autoresponder if you were using this inside of ActiveCampaign, for example. For every email that goes out to somebody, it's going to put inside their email address and their first name or whatever. And so when you click that, and I can just press the go button and you can see what's going to happen is that I'm instantly registered with that email address and that name, and I end up on the sharing page. And it says, congrats, an email with access to the training is on its way. So this is what I was giving you the example before. I have this campaign where you sign up on the front for a lead magnet, which is a free training. And then you can get the next level of that training for free, which is a $47 value if you refer. In this case, I set it up for just one person because I wanted more people to have this. So this is a way of making that freaking stuff happen directly. So they don't ever see the lead page. They're not seeing the landing page. Now there is one, because when people copy this link and go to that page, I want them to have a lead page so they understand what's going on. And I hope nobody's getting confused by this because this is a very sophisticated feature, but I use it all the time once you learn how to do it. So Rob says, so the one-click sign-up is only used when you're sending it to people that are on a list that already have their name and email. Well, yes, Rob. Let me come back to me because I get really emphatic about this. Yes, Rob. And that's what UpViral wants you to believe, is that's the only way you can use that. But I put my thinking cap on. This is it. See it working really hard. And I realized that I could put, if I could get something like Typeform, at the very end, they will send somebody to a URL. And I went, what if at the end of that URL, I used that one-click sign up because I have their name and I have their email address from the form. What if I use that and send it over to UpViral and they end up on a page like you saw where they get some reward and we ask them to share? Pah! Bingo, right? Yes, UpViral designed it for the email use. I expanded that, and it's not just me. Other people have done this, right? Gene says, oh, snap, talking about Typeform. Guess what? My client's name is Jean. So anyway, hi, Jean. But yes, this is the kind of stuff that you can do with that one-click sign-up. Pretty freaking cool. Now, you could also use that in your email to get people straight to their sharing page, which is another trick I've shown you guys before. And we're already at half an hour. I haven't even talked about the topic of the day, right? We got to talk about the topic of the day. You guys have let me go distracted down. Jean says, any examples that you've done this with recently? Yes, but I didn't have your permission to show it, so I wasn't going to tell everybody about all the details, Jean. And this isn't the topic of the day, but Jean's the one that I've helped build the Typeform thing. I told the story earlier to Jean. I don't know if you were here, about how you found me through the video. So yeah, Tim says rabbit holes. I'm really good at those. Jean said, okay. Murray says, don't worry, Jean, Mitch didn't tell us much. But again, that's not why we're here. It's okay, Jean. You were late. That's all right. What we're here to talk about is the topic that Jean and I talked about, of course. And that is see, I have the sharing screen in front of me, and I keep thinking you guys are seeing this, but you're not. You're seeing me. The topic of the day is that social sharing message, which is absolutely critical. And Jean says I can share the link. If you guys want to see that later, I'm assuming you want me to cover the topic that we were supposed to cover. If it's not the topic, if you guys want to go down this rabbit hole, let me know. Tell me rabbit hole or topic. You guys decide whether you want to talk about this rabbit hole or the social sharing that what I was supposed to talk about. And thank you, Jean, for the kind words. Jeff says rabbit hole. I'm going to have to make sure I have the link. Steve says topic. John says rabbit hole. Topic, then rabbit. You want it both. Natalie says rabbit. Keith says rabbit hole, then topic. You guys are hilarious. Steve, you can't vote twice. What I'm trying to do is remember. I have so many different things I'm working on. My brain is not currently remembering. I know. If I go... Martin says rabbit hole, then topic. Deborah says topic, then rabbit hole if there's time. Oh, that's the one. That's... What's the other link? Jean, by the way, I don't see it on your landing page. Oh, he's giving it to me. All right. Thank you. So look what Jean did. If you guys are in the chat link, Jean is one smart cookie. Jean is a freaking smart cookie. So he's given you guys the link. Thank you, Jean, for the link. And so I'm gonna paste in the link. Thought I was copying the link. Why did that not copy? Copy. And the problem is I don't want to go through the whole thing. Jean, that's the real problem. All right, so Jean says nothing gets by Mitch. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to do screen share. And you guys can see. Now this is what you're seeing is the main page. But up here is the link that he shared. which is the Garmin giveaway February 21st. But notice, and I know it's really tiny, he put track equals Copilot because he wants to see how many people come from the Copilot show into his campaign. Gene got smart because I taught him about the tracking link, and bang, there you go. All right, so he's got it buried inside of his website. Quick survey, enter to win a Garmin watch. Now, we're not going to talk about the offer. The offer is working for him. We're not going to really dive into a whole bunch of stuff. But notice that this is a WordPress site. Suddenly my mouse thing is gone again. Halo, weird. This is a WordPress site. We have a WordPress page where we have embedded the type form. So I'm gonna try to go through this really fast, and then we'll get back to the topic. So if it's just a little description. If I do start, I'm gonna have to go through this. So the reason I'm struggling a tiny little bit is that Gene's got a whole bunch of questions, right? It's a type form thing, right? So we're not here to talk about all the details of what the offer is and everything else. I'm just doing a demo. And so I'm just answering 10s because I am very concerned about the environment. And whatever he's asking me, I'm just answering yes. Gene says, got to jump on my next call. Mitch is the best. Thank you, Gene. Highly recommend hiring him. I appreciate that immensely. So I'm just going through and I'm just answering these questions blindly, other than I want 10s. So they're going to plant a tree for me, right? Now, here's the end of, if I remember correctly, this is end. Rob asked, how did he create the questions? This part that I am answering right here, Rob, is Typeform. That's a tool called Typeform. It is embedded in his WordPress page. Okay, and I know that's confusing, but this white section is a Typeform. So if you go to typeform.com, you'll see how to set up the survey kind of stuff, right? So when I click here, this will take me to here that says thanks. And when you click this button down here, you're going to be entered to win. Now, this is where the magic happens, because this Typeform creates that one-click sign-up that we were talking about. And when you click this, bingo bango, you see the widget. This is an UpViral widget, and bam, now we are entered in the contest. UpViral knows about us. You'll see up here that it says UV email equals planetmitch@viraltrafficguy.com. UV name equals Mitch, and the ref ID, which is the magic of how this works, which is one of the challenges to make that work, is you got to be able to drag around the referral ID. All right, so this is just this big section right here is a UpViral widget buried on his sharing page. I shouldn't say buried, it's right there on the page, but it's an UpViral widget. Okay, so we went from, Natalie says, we recognize when we are on an UpViral page. This is actually an UpViral widget inside a WordPress page, just to be technical, because I like to be technical, but that's the process. So the users go through the survey, and then they end up here, and they are asked to share to be able to win the Garmin watch. Moses asks, I imagine this can be used for giveaways as well. This is a giveaway. This is a survey asking you about your environmental stuff and charities and whatever it was that we asked. It's environmental. But this is a giveaway. It says right here, share to earn more entries to win. You're entered to win that Garmin watch. Okay, and if I click on share on Facebook, and it's going to make me log in because I'm on a different browser. This is the topic we're supposed to talk about today, is this social sharing message. Okay, so all of this is wrapping, tying together. Now, Gene and I talked about this a lot because, again, he's got a very interesting opportunity here, because the base user here is a financial advisory company that is very interested in the environment. So they're focusing on people. They want clients that are environmentally interested in environment, and that sounded redundant. And Gene has a whole bunch of people for his charity, which is why this is on something called Charity Miles. So he's working to try to merge these things. He's taking these people that are runners and trying to get them interested in talking about their financial health by offering a Garmin watch, and to get them to take the survey. So we could talk about whether or not all of that fits together perfectly. We're running it as a test. We're going to find out whether or not this works, because Gene wants to run this multiple times. I'm not sure this is the perfect prize, and he's not either. We talked about it at length, but we decided to go with it. He wants to find out how well this works. So what do? You run a test. You test the dang thing, and you find out whether it works. And then we're going to do another campaign in a slightly different way next time. That's how you learn how to do this stuff. So my friend Rob says, is there more to it, or do you just include the one-click sign up as the thank you page URL once the survey is over? Well, that's the trick of it, Rob. That's the hard part. That's the part that Gene and I spent several hours building and testing, because you've got to be able to make sure the referral part of it works. You got to be sure that the data values for the email and the name get passed through. So there's a lot of work in there. It is very simple, but you actually have to make sure that it all works, especially in his case, because he wanted it embedded on a WordPress thing. So we had to find a WordPress plugin that would pass the URL parameters to Typeform. It gets complicated, and I didn't want to go down that particular part of the rabbit hole, but you have to make sure all these pieces work together, and we spent several hours on that. And yes, I'm sorry, Tim. Tim says, I get it in my head, but how do I do this myself? You don't. I mean, you could go watch the video that I created, and you can kind of understand it. Being a newbie, Tim says, I am a newbie to all this, and I'm apologizing, because this is a very advanced topic that we went down. It's something I really love, like I said, because UpViral allows you to do this kind of stuff that most of the other tools don't let you do. My advice to you, Tim, is to start with a basic UpViral campaign. Keep watching the Copilot shows. Go back to the archives and watch some of the old ones. Start basic. Don't get wrapped up in this. If you try to make this your first campaign, you're going to get mad at me, and you're going to run away screaming and say Mitch is full of hooey, because that didn't work. Start with the basic stuff, please. Please. Mitch, please make a course so I can buy that to learn how to do that. Right now, you're going to have to hire me. So I don't know there's enough market for that, Deborah. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm wrong. Tim says, okay, I'll start basic. I don't like screaming. Well, you know, I agree. And all of my students, I advise them to start with the basics. If you doubt me in any way, shape, or form, and Deborah can probably pull this link up really fast, go back to the show from 3 or 4 weeks ago with Michael. He created a campaign in his 14-day $1 UpViral trial, and he got 3,800 leads in a week. He started and he just frickin' got it done. He put his campaign together and didn't over manipulate, use his brain. He just put it together and got it done. A basic, simple, viral campaign, and he got it done. That's where you need to start. That's what I tell my mastermind members. That's what I tell my students. Don't start doing the stuff that Mitch has just talked about for the last 40 minutes. The old shows are in the UpViral group, Rob. The old shows are on YouTube. The old shows are in your UpViral in the Learning Center. They're all there in multiple places. And I'm sure that my good friend Deborah, who has been an angel, speaking of angels, probably is got the link for Michael's show. Roger said, extremely interesting, very advanced, first time learning about this. Sorry, Roger. I'm sorry. I know this is down the rabbit hole. And look at that. Deborah says, here's the link. If you go to the UpViral group, there's the Copilot show, and there's Michael. So Deborah just gave you the link. Michael Winter. Thank you, Deborah. I can never remember his last name. I'm lucky I can come up with his first name. Another Michael, I assume it's another Michael. Is there a benefit to using UpViral templates for the thank you page, or can I use my WordPress Divi templates, which are great as well? All right, so this is an UpViral template, right? Where's the other one? That's the UpViral one. I have to be really careful here. I'm going to stop sharing before I get myself in trouble. Because I know I've got a screen open that has stuff that I can't share with you guys. Here it is. Hi. Turn screen share on. All right. We're back to here. So, Michael, in terms of answering your question, this is a WordPress site. I don't know what theme he's using, but this is an UpViral widget. So you do have two ways of creating a campaign on another website. You can use ClickFunnels, you can use WordPress, you can use Divi, you can use any of the WordPress themes and use a UpViral widget, which is this box that's dark grayish. That's all the UpViral widget. Or you can use the UpViral template, which is what this is, to display your campaign. It's however you want to do it. Rob asked, are you still using your own CSS to customize? I never used my own CSS. I don't know CSS other than to spell it. I've never used CSS with UpViral. Okay, I do have one trick that somebody gave me with CSS to change the font. I don't know how to do CSS stuff. So it is not, I've never done that, Rob. This is all UpViral templates or somebody using WordPress. You used code to customize. Yeah, I do customization. I do stuff like if I refresh this, you see the confetti? That's customization, yes, but that's not CSS. I have some tricks up my sleeve, of course, which is how my students find out about all kinds of stuff. All right. Is there a video showing an UpViral campaign using ClickFunnels? Actually, there is a tutorial inside of UpViral that shows you how to do that. If I come over to UpViral, and let me go to the dashboard. I'm going to open it in a new tab. So if I go to the dashboard, so this is UpViral. You guys see this. In the Learning Center, here are the Copilot shows. So since you guys own UpViral, right? There are the Copilot shows right here in your Learning Center. You can also go to the Support tab. And so David's question about ClickFunnels, if you go to the Support tab and you type in ClickFunnels, here is a very good article. Wilco has a video in here showing you, and you see it's a relatively long one if you do the scroll, showing you how to set everything up. And there's a video in here that shows all the bits and pieces. So if you want to try to do ClickFunnels, my advice to you still is to build your first campaign inside of UpViral and use UpViral templates, because fooling with the widget can be complicated. I don't advise the widget for first-time users. You can build freaky cool, good-looking campaigns with UpViral all by themselves. You don't have to use one of the other page builders. Okay. Rob says someone launched their version of competition to UpViral. No, I haven't seen it. Let me know. Can't beat UpViral if they just launched it. UpViral's been around 5 years and has some awesome features. But happy to look at something different. Don't tell Mark I said that. Deborah says, if you don't own UpViral yet, this may still be working. It's a 30-day trial. Thank you, Deborah. If you go to upviral.com, and she gave the link /special-copilot. Copilot does not have a dash in it. You can get a 30-day $1 trial. I almost always say free. But Rob, if you want to send me that link, let me know. Let's see. And we've got a lot of great questions. Great questions. So Deborah shared the link. Answered that question. All right. So I want to make sure there's one marked as a question. We answered that one. By the way, I wanted to finish this since I'm here really fast. When I showed you this one-click sign up, I didn't get a chance to show you, but notice there is a share on Facebook button. So if I select that and I copy this link, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it up here at the top. And again, I want to replace my first name with Mitch, and I want to, that's so weird, replace my email with PMT, which is what I used before, Mitch Viral Traffic Guy. Watch what happens here. So this was the Facebook link, and you could embed this in your Facebook page. Okay, I'm sorry, not your Facebook page. Sorry. That's what happens when I read something and try to talk at the same time. If you put this link as given to you from UpViral without me substituting my name and email into your email from, say, ActiveCampaign, when people click the link, guess where it takes them? I'm obviously not logged in here to Facebook, but it takes them straight to the share on Facebook function. Bingo, bango. Does that cause any spine tingling thoughts in your head? From an email that you send with your autoresponder, you can send somebody straight to Facebook to get them to share. You can also take them straight over to, not there, You could take them to LinkedIn or Twitter or share via email or share on Pinterest. Those functions are there and they work. You put that in your email and say, here's a link to share this right on your own Facebook timeline to bring in more referrals and earn more points. How brilliant is that? So that function is all part of what's called the one-click sign-up. Now, again, theoretically, those people have already created or already entered your campaign, right? But you can use that for that. Natalie says, gives ideas. Roger says, wow, that is amazing stuff. Mitch, Jeff says, can you use shorteners with these long links? I would not advise that, Jeff, because again, if you look at the end of this, this is designed. Now let me just switch. For example, if I go over to drip, and you see that the syntax is different for drip than it is with Active Campaign that I had before, right? Because it's using these double curly brackets. What's happening there is substitution. The email autoresponder is substituting the user's name. Every email that goes out. So the email goes out to Betty Lou, and the autoresponder customizes it with Betty Lou's email and Betty Lou's name. When they send it to the next person on the list, who's Joanne, they put in Joanne's email and Joanne's name. So everybody gets a customized link when you're using your autoresponder to send this stuff out. So, Jeff, your question about a shortener, you're going to mess up that whole process of them doing the substitution inside of the autoresponder while it's ticking through every person on your list. You with me? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. All right. I'm trying to copy something. Hold on. All right. Ian, what's your average conversion rate from a 7-day UpViral campaign for a first-timer with the low-cost offer? Well, let me put it to you this way, Jeff. I'm sorry, Ian. Everybody's different. The answer to that is it all depends. My current average over 120-something campaigns, well, I don't, over when I was tracking details, I don't know if it's exactly the same anymore, but when I was tracking details over 50 campaigns, my average conversion rate was about, if I remember correctly, 33%. Are you going to get that on your very first campaign? I doubt it. But it's all about the offer, right? 10% could be great for your first campaign. 10% is probably much better than your traditional lead magnet offer would be. So Natalie says 33%. Wow, that's why people hire me. That's why I'm here. That's why there's that large plaque behind me. I mean, let me just, and I'm not bragging here, but I want you to pay attention to your dashboard inside of UpViral. So you notice my leads number right here is 260,000. Now again, I have done gobs of campaigns for clients in their own accounts, so my real total number of leads is higher than that. Jean's still here. I thought you were leaving. By the way, Jean says we're getting close to 50% conversion on the survey. So awesome. I haven't looked at the stats lately, but that's freaking awesome on a survey on a front end. Great. All right. Notice this box that says referred leads. This is the one I want you to focus on. This box right here means nothing. Okay? Gene says I'm back. This box, relatively speaking, obviously it's a great number. It's something you want to grow. You really want people to be on your list. But this box is the critical box. How many people did UpViral bring you for basically no cost? Because you were doing the referral side of things properly. This is the number you want to focus on. In my case, if I forgot the exact number, I think that's 43%. So 43% of this 260,000 is people that came free, right? This is the joy of UpViral, this box right here. Quit focusing on anything else. Focus on that. Okay, are you paying attention to me? Pay attention to that number. All right, I am preaching. And why do I want you to pay attention to that number? Right? So let's go into that offer that I was just showing you. See, I have too many things open. I think it's this one. I'm going to just look at this one. All right. So today's topic, did I get everybody's question? Natalie says, I got 10% with incentive to my list. I was really pleased. Great. That is awesome. Do not be comparing yourself to me. I've been at this for 6 years, okay? I've learned a lot of stuff, which is what I'm trying to help you do, is to learn a lot of stuff. So just because I throw out a big franking number doesn't mean 10% isn't a great answer. So Ian, that was my long-winded answer to your question. I'm still trying to make sure I got all the things. Bob says, will Facebook share button force you to log in on a mobile device if you're using a Facebook app? Yes. I don't remember exactly how that works because I haven't used it recently, but if you're already logged in, it still asks you for permission to sign up for the campaign. I don't know whether it goes to a different place or not. I don't remember that answer very well. Sorry. Jeff says, I don't understand the statistics. How is the 19K visitors related? Oh, the great question. All right, so I have still got to figure this out. I have not. I had that very same question the other day because this visitor number, this is what he's asking about when I was showing the screen. This visitor number is recent. I was going to ask UpViral about this because this number obviously is much lower than this number. I don't know when they started counting that number. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that one. And we're at the hour, so I'm going to... I apologize. I know we went down a rabbit hole, and I think all you guys thoroughly enjoyed that. If I overwhelmed you, I apologize, and I'm really tiny down here in this corner. I'm going to briefly cover this topic, but I'd really like to cover it in more detail again. If you want to stick with me, I know we're at an hour. There's a goodly number of you here. So I'm going to go into the topic of the day, which is the social sharing. But I think what would probably be best is to push that off again for another show because I really want to go into it in depth. Roger says, yes, please. I know you're here. So, but I will save the complete dive for another day. Also gives me something to talk about on another. Jeff says, thanks for being flexible. The rabbit hole was great. Martin says, great rabbit hole. Keith says, I appreciate the diversion. Michael says, social sharing, please. All right. So what I want to do, and dang it, I knew there was something when I was going to do when the computer forced me to restart, I was just in the process of doing something that I was going to give you a link. So what I'm going to talk about is I'm in this campaign, and this campaign is a really lousy example. I've got a whole bunch of really lousy examples, but I want to show you this one, and I want to go into social appearance. So what I'm talking about today is this social appearance. Now, this campaign is I'm offering free training on this tool called Searchy Hubs, which is a whole nother topic. I'm offering people a course, a free training course, and if they refer other people, then I give them another course, which is more valuable, right? So it is a lead magnet bump to get them to refer others. And frankly, it's something I created, and then I worked on some other stuff. So I actually, you see, I don't have an image here. So when I shared with you this, and I click on the Facebook button, there's no freaking image there. So Mitch fails. There's a big, big, hairy failure.
Huh?
Right there. I failed, right? I'll give you the danger.
Danger.
Really, really crappy example to show you. So that's not working very well because there's no image, right? But I can't tell you how many times I've seen campaigns, and I've gone through multiple presentations. Searchy Hubs link, Jeff, if you want to ask me about that later, message me on Facebook because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But we're not here to talk about Searchy Hubs. I love the tool. Great tool. Whole nother topic. All right. But let's do this. What I want to do is I'm going to give you a link, and I'm going to make sure that I have the right link. And so here, I'm going to put it in the chat. And so you can come watch along with me. You have access to this. I give it to people all the time. This is nothing really fancy, smashy, but these are some examples of social sharing messages. And I think I can make that go away. That either I have built or I have seen that are freaking awesome. And I think it's best to just sort of talk about this with examples. Now, again, remember, and I'm going to see if I can make myself a little bit bigger over here in the settings. What we're talking about here is the message where people are scrolling on their Facebook, on their timeline with their smartphone, or on your desktop with your finger, however you're doing it. You're scrolling through, and this is the image that your campaign is sharing, right? So if Betty Lou signs up and she goes out to her social media and she goes to this button, the share on Facebook button on your campaign, and again, I showed you this one is empty, so I'm failing on that, but there would be an image here, right? And then there's some text. So this is the thing we're talking about. And the reason I'm talking about this is that this is potentially half of your traffic. If you are not focusing on this particular thing in your campaign, you're failing, right? This one that I'm showing you right here is an absolute fail because there's no image associated with it. Why would somebody even bother to read this as they're scrolling? The image has to stop people dead cold in their tracks. And I preach about this all the time. Can't tell you how many campaigns I've seen with really, really crummy social sharing images. And I think you ought to spend as much time on this as you do your landing page. Now, we talked about in the first version of this particular episode, and I got too long-winded about the landing page, because you've got to, once these people see this image, they've got to get to your landing page. If your landing page sucks, they're not going to sign up. Who was it? Natalie was impressed with my conversion rate. The whole reason my conversion rate's 33% is I focus on the landing page and I focus on this social sharing image. Those are the top two things that decide whether or not somebody's going to sign up. Again, they're scrolling on their timeline. If it does not grab them right away, they're going to keep on scrolling. Right? This one, if you're thinking about a vacation and you want to go somewhere hot and tropical with water, these two young people are very good looking, right? The water is fantastic looking. There's a boat. There's a beach. Enter for your chance to win a trip for two. Dream now, fly later. The Bahamas. Rob, if you're still here, this is your topic, baby. I know Rob happens to be in travel, right? Win, big words up here. Enter to win. Big words right there. Giveaway, big words, Bahamas. This would stop me as I'm scrolling. Right? I mean, the first thing, obviously, you know, the young lady, attractive young lady, or if you're a woman and they're attracted by guys, the guys, I think, pretty cute. This is the kind of stuff you got to think about, especially because you can picture yourself there, right? You can put your brain right there and go, oh, God, I want that. This is the kind of desire I want you to come up with in your campaign. Now, I know the first person's going to say, but Mitch, I give away, my coaching is my business, right? Hello? We got a problem, right? So this is where you have to start coming up with creative ways to get people to your campaign. Now, Natalie was talking about in the chat, just talking about her campaign where she got the 10%. And she said most shares were messenger and email. Well, bingo. Number one, she's looking. She's looking to see where the results are. Yet another reason to use UpViral is the reporting features tell you where people are helping you. You got to pay attention to that. And congratulations, Natalie, for looking. If you're not looking at the data, then your campaign is going to tank. Just look at Gene. He already knows what his conversion rate is. Pay attention to that. And we've talked about the reports till I'm blue in the face. So, but let's look at another one. I think I can go, can I close the sidebar? I can do that. Isn't there a way for me to go to the next one? Yes, here it is. Here's a trip that we were doing, a $5,000 trip to Bali. Natalie says, right, you need to know the data. Amen. Natalie gets another bell for that. Win a trip to Bali. Big, bold letters right in the middle of the screen. Woman, waterfall. I want to be there. Woman, meditating. I want to be there. I can imagine myself walking on that beach. These are all great ways to get people to pay attention to your campaign. I ran this campaign for a client. That's where I got that image. Now, boring, tripod. 3 chances to win. Big, bold letters over here. Win. Enter now. Arrow pointing down to enter now. Now, obviously, this is not a button. But people don't think about that. But you're sending their eyes down to the click here, right? I couldn't get the client to put people in it, but they gave me this image. They created this image. They gave the titles of the tripods, but it's effective because it says 3 chances to win. They're not even putting their brand name in here, but you can see the brand name on the photo. It's not about the brand. It's getting them to your landing page. Then you can brag all you want about your brand name. You don't need to slap your brand name in this social sharing image. Syrup did. They put their logo here. Enter to win. What are they giving away? Motion control stuff. For those of you who don't know, I spend a lot of time with my photography and video blog. So these are examples of where I was learning how to do these images. Enter to win a Cineo Matchbox. These campaigns worked really well. Here's my famous Safari one. I love this one, although I wish these letters were a different color, but that was their branding and they insisted on it. Sometimes I don't win the battle with the client. Enter to win. Big, big, bold letters. Picture of people on safari, lions, animals, right there. Sunset. I mean, this image is fantastic. 6-night luxury safari giveaway in Zimbabwe, worth up to $12,000. All of the pieces are here. I lost another battle because they wanted their freaking logos in here. I wanted them to take these logos off so bad. The logos do nothing in a social sharing image. People aren't looking for that. Unless it were Coke or Pepsi or some international big brand, you don't need the logos. Tell them about that later. Oh, and I'm covering up some of that, but you get the point. The logos are down here. All right, so let's go to the next one. Less blurry image. Actually, that I didn't realize there were two. This is kind of blurry, isn't it? That one's sharper, but you get the idea. Another one from that campaign. People, safari, animals, big letter win. Obvious stuff here. Camera gear, 3 chances to win. Win is the biggest thing on the page. We no longer have to worry. David asked, did their logos affect their campaign adversely? I don't know. It's impossible to know because I can't split test the sharing image, which is a whole long story. But I mean, it's just impossible to split test unless you do like 1 week with one image and 1 week with another, and you're still not going to get good data to understand whether or not it was the image or whether it was the traffic. I just tend to think that there's no need for logos. I wasn't going to fight these guys because they were paying good money on this campaign. But all of the elements are here, right? The logos are tiny in this one. They were a little bit too big in the other one. In this case, these are internationally known brands, right? So sometimes you do potentially want logos because this is advertising. People know Fujifilm. People know Shimoda. You guys don't know it because you're not into camera gear, but those are internationally known brands. Absolutely nothing wrong with them in that case. If I go back, no, I didn't want to do that. I mean, if I go back to this one, for example, it's free. Make that go away. I mean, those logos aren't too bad. If you think about it being on a small thing, they're not too bad. They wanted them bigger. I was like, no way in heck are you doing that. So they were not logos that people recognized. And so I don't want to distract anybody. Again, 3 chances to win. Win is massive on the page. We don't have to worry about Facebook here. Deborah says, people do the same thing on websites. Massive space dedicated to logos. Logos only matter to owners and clients. Viewers don't care unless it conveys the concept of quality like Apple and etc. I agree completely. Kevin or Keith And bless your heart, Keith. I've been meaning to talk to you because, long story. Keith says, I recommend getting Mitch's templates. I just bought the Safari and podcast templates, and I'm delighted with them. Thank you for that. Ken, I'm not here to sell you my stuff, but I do appreciate the kind words. We don't have to worry about Facebook ad text sizes, which they've kind of eliminated that to begin with because there was the old 20% rule. But make the biggest word on your social sharing image the word win. People instantly understand that word. Now you've got their attention. Well, they're going to stop scrolling, especially if the image is something they recognize. Once you stop them, you have them. They may not, and they may decide not to enter, but it's better than them just going, oh, I don't care. That looks like an ad. I don't want to buy something right now. Okay. This is not my image. The Fuji one, by the way, was. I ran this ad campaign, this campaign 3 different times for them. We gathered over 25,000 leads, I think, if I remember correctly. If you turn that, if you use the $1 per person per month, that's $25,000 in revenue that they potentially generated from running contests. They gave away $6,000 worth of stuff over 3 different campaigns. That was that $20,000 worth of stuff to earn $25,000 a month. They're going to do that all day. Mike says, Deborah, thanks for all your sharing. Really adds to the value of Mitch's presentation. Thank you for saying that, Mike. I agree completely. I've thanked Deborah personally. Absolutely love what Deborah's helping me do. If I had an assistant, she'd be it. Doing great things for us. Thank you. This one was not my campaign. I happened to be using a CPAP machine for my sleep apnea. So this stood out to me. I need to turn this off. I need to turn on do not disturb for another hour. I don't need you guys seeing all of my pop-ups. Deborah should be on the payroll. I second that. Deborah did say, by the way, thanks, Keith and Mitch. I am a note taker, so I'm happy to share. She's phenomenal. But look at, if you're scrolling, this has a package, which is people think gift. Oh, I want that. Giveaway, enter to win. Shows the device in use by a human. If you're a CPAP person, you instantly recognize this. Alarm bells go off in your head, and so you're going to stop scrolling. Put somebody in the image if you can, using whatever it is you're offering. Again, if you're doing coaching, that's a whole other topic, right? But you can do this stuff. This becomes very obvious when you see more of these things. I'm going to skip those. This is the one I wanted to show. Sorry, let me take a quick drink. This is one of the ones I really love because this has, although if I were doing this, I would have made the ride to spring a little bit smaller because the word sweepstakes in this case is kind of tiny. And we see who it is. We can recognize that it's John Deere because it's green, right? Enter to win a chance for this easy track mower. The key to this is that there is a person. Now, she's not in a bathing suit or anything else. She's just a normal, everyday person out there needing to mow her grass. And here she is on a rider mower. Man, I want that, right? Pardon me. I'm having a little indigestion here. The prize value is listed here. if you have a large prize, I would advertise that you have a large dollar prize. In the United States, be careful though, because if you give away a prize that big, you also have to give away a 1099 at the end of the year, because they are taxed on that. Key says, I'm a big fan of using people in images. As I mentioned last week, I am from a PR background, and people mean prizes. Absolutely. I agree. Thank you for that, Keith. But this image is like so obvious. You got a woman, so it's not hard to use, right? And I know that sounds sexist. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Not trying to be sexist, but the perception is it's not hard. Anybody can do it. Not trying to be sexist. Sorry. But that's what many people think when they see it. Or they think, oh, I could do that. It's not hard. She's doing it. I can do it. I need to mow my grass. Why wouldn't I try to enter that so I could win? You get the idea. Thanks. So this was one. This is speaking of coaching. This was a coaching. Kelly is her name. Kelly hired me to help her with her series. She was doing a kind of a Jeff Walker product launch formula, 4 videos over a week span, and she was giving away a retreat. And so we put her in the picture. Calm and Happy is the series, and then she was also doing a giveaway. So it was a kind of a combination of watch the video series and do a giveaway at the same time. And it was, again, a coaching thing. So you can do coaching things in your campaigns. This was a campaign I did for, multi-level marketing campaign for Show Me Health. We were giving away a $100 Whole Foods gift card. It wasn't necessarily the perfect offer, and I confessed that. But I felt like this was a really good image because it shows people, young, healthy people-ish. Whole Foods was the offer, and we were going after that particular target market. My recollection was we got over 8,000 leads on that campaign. This was a campaign that we did for a filmmaking music license. This is one of my worst campaigns ever. I remember apologizing to these folks multiple times, and they were like, heck no, Mitch, you brought us 600 leads. I was like, but I've been getting 7, 8, 10,000 leads for other camera people. And they're like, that's 600 leads we would not have had before. And frankly, the offer was not good enough. I learned on this particular campaign that people did not understand the offer. They clicked through. I remember that the visits were high, but we didn't convert them. This was a great learning lesson for me. I still think about this campaign often. Great company. I really loved them a lot. They were very, very kind people to work with. Another camera thing. I think most of these ones coming up here are camera things. But again, if you use that link that I gave you, you can go in and see all of these. You can actually download them, I believe, if you want to use them as examples. Obviously, you can't use them. Camera people got this right away. This is one of my better campaigns. I did not create the image. They used some of their own marketing to create this image. 2 chances to win. They listed the light mirror. They didn't have to put their brand name on it. It's right there. Everybody recognizes this in the camera world. Enter now. It's not, you don't have to put a whole lot of words. You don't have to do a lot of explaining. Pete says, got to go to a meeting in 5 minutes. Thank you. Wow, that's 10:30 already. Enter to win. again, these are just different examples of camera things. And I'm just going to skip through these. This was one we did. Their brand is an eagle, so they wanted that in the image because they want to evoke strength. I'm sorry. They also, these are telephoto lenses. What am I trying to say? Bird photographers, which is the other reason for the eagle. Bird photographers use really long lenses, and they need a very stable platform so they don't get a lot of shaking. So that's how all of that ties together. This was a campaign that did not have the product on it, but he decided to do it this way, hoping that people understood what your playmat was. It worked fairly well, but I wanted some more examples. Let's see. I'm going to skip through this. Here's the Rode, which is a brand name that a lot of the filmmakers understand. So their logo's down here. This is the product. This is the product in use. Very easy to understand. Enter to win, big bold letters. Again, these are, in my opinion, very good. And I'm not just saying that because I helped create them. These are effective. This is what stops people from scrolling. There's the light meter again and syrup again. It's one I did for a gentleman doing wall art. Now, I actually created this one. I don't think it's the best, but win this wall art. There's the value. Enter now. Here's the pain point. Do you have a naked wall? Imagine putting this on your wall. Now, it's not the same couch. There's a little bit of kind of bait and switch. Okay, I should back up. I see Ian asked the question, for the music campaign, why do you think the offer wasn't good enough? So we're at the end of this list. Let me just see what the last two are. There's another one of those. All right, and we talked about that already. Just a different size. So let me go back to the music licensing one. God, why does Dropbox keep doing that? Because I'm not signed in. That's why, Mitch. So Ian's question on this one. Filmmakers have to, and I say that carefully because filmmakers often don't, but especially independent filmmakers, they have to license the music. And so the problem in pitching this to filmmakers is that they don't want to own up to that. They don't want to have to pay for music a lot of times, which is the struggle that the company called MusicBed has in getting people to license stuff. Some filmmakers also don't think $100 credit is enough because some of the songs that they want to license are hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And it's just a hard market. And I don't think that we sold it properly. And so that's why I think it struggled. I think we gave away 7 different $100 licenses. We didn't say it here that there were 7 to win, which is, I think, part of the problem. And it's just a hard topic, and I just think we could have done a better job on the marketing. Tim asked, you said 2 chances to win. What are the 2 chances? In those cases, we were just giving away 2 prizes. Like if I go back to, it's hard to pick out, right? 2 chances to win, like this one. God, I wish Dropbox wouldn't do that. We were giving away 2 different prizes. One was a tripod. One was this camera gimbal thing. In the one, like the Fuji one, this one, I'll just scroll up and you guys can recognize it. We had actually 3 cameras to give away, so we had 3 chances to win. So it was based on the number of prizes. Ishmael says, as a musician, I know that music is a very hard market, even for contests. So yeah, and we talked about doing another campaign, blah blah blah. Something happened, and we never finished that process. But I would have liked to have gone back and tried that one again. Indie music licensing is much cheaper. Yes. A lot of, like, MusicBed now actually has a subscription service, which was where we were going to go with the next campaign. We just never made it. Steve says, thoughts on putting no purchase required? I have actually never tried that. I don't, and this is my opinion, totally untested opinion. I don't think it matters to most people. If you're running a contest, I think they understand that typically you don't have to buy something to enter. Does it hurt? I don't think it does. Is it required? I don't think so. But I certainly wouldn't put it in big, bold letters. I would put it in smallish print. If I go to this one, for example, and if I make that go away, it wouldn't hurt to have underneath here, no purchase required. It could be a good thing to start doing, actually, because there are a lot of places like Omaze that are advertising on Facebook with the campaigns that you can, because they're charity, you can, the more dollars you donate, the more chances to win you get. So potentially, I mean, it's not going to hurt you. Is it required? Probably not. But I would not make that the biggest thing on the page, but you could put it underneath right where the button, quote unquote, is, because obviously, again, it's the whole image is open for usage. I got distracted. The whole image is clickable is what I'm trying to say. Murray says, good job today. Thank you. Thank you for, again, putting up with going down that rabbit hole. And I will come back and talk about this again. Well, Murray says, and if you're still here, Murray, I'm sorry if you missed it, because that sounded like you were leaving. Tony says, I got to go. I'm going to start basic. Yay! Thank you. I'm sorry, Tim. Tim said that. Tim, not Tony. So Murray's point, leads won't be strong for a camera campaign because most people don't know cameras. So the answer to that, Murray, is that it is a good thing, because a lot of people that are iPhone or smartphone photographers won't enter this campaign because they recognize that's not the kind of camera they want to use. This is actually self-selecting, which is what we want, right? Leads won't be strong for the camera campaign because most people don't know cameras. That's exactly what we want. We want people who don't want that thing to not enter. It's not about the numbers. It's about putting the offer in front of your perfect avatar. They could have gotten 10,000 leads and would have been perfectly happy because they know they're targeted leads. And the guy that was running this Fuji campaign from Fuji USA, he said, look, Mitch, if you put bodies in front of me that are camera people, and we know they will be camera people, the vast majority of them, I am going to convert 2 to 3% of them to buy a $500 camera. If I get 2 or 3% of those people, the numbers work out to over $150,000 in revenue for a $10,000 spend. They do it all day long. That's why they kept coming back to me, was to run more of these campaigns, because they know they can convert people. They know how to convert. So Murray, that's my answer. Deborah says, independent support for what Mitch is saying about social images. Studies show that people only recall 10% of what they hear after 3 days versus 65% after 3 days when a relevant image is used. That's an interesting thing. I'm going to click that article so I have it open. Cool. Deborah is so full of really cool stuff. Oops, not that. So we're still here. Where's my other thing? There it is, webinar jam. All right. So let's wrap it up there. And I will come back to this topic because I do believe this is a quality, important topic. Again, you guys can go see those images. I will come up with a shortened link. Actually, for those of you watching, if you're still here, if you go to viraltrafficguy.com/sample images, I will create that link as soon as the show's over. And so that should work at the end of the show. It doesn't work now. Doesn't work now, but I will make the link that says viraltrafficguy.com/sample images, and you will be able to get right to this pile of images and look at them all day long. When I do the show again, the right way and not get down that rabbit hole, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to turn off sharing, what I'm going to do is show you a whole bunch of images that I've collected that don't work, because it's good to look at stuff that does work, but when you go through the ones that do work, like we just did, and then you look at some that I think don't work, and I don't have the stats to prove it because I didn't own those campaigns, but I gathered some of those. I'll post the link, but it's going to be a broken link. Thank you. Deborah just posted it. Yes. viraltrafficguy.com/ no, not viral images. Sample images is what I want to do. That's what sample images. No dash, no nothing. So Deborah, bless your heart. viraltrafficguy.com/sample images. Because I also have sample templates and sample other stuff. But that's for another day. But when you see those, the ones that I've grabbed that are really crappy images, the light bulbs are going to go off, and you're going to say, well, yeah, I know why that's not working, because it's not like this. Paul, the link is not going to work because I haven't built it yet. It's not going to work because I haven't built it yet. I'm going to build the link after the show's over. You guys are here live, so the link doesn't work yet. Steve said, Paul, turn your sound on. That's hilarious. Sample images. Yes, that's the link that I'm going to use. And no, it doesn't work yet. Thanks for tuning in. Paul said he will put the image. Good show, Mitch. See you later. Enjoy the rest of your day, Michael. In the meantime, you can steal the Dropbox link that I gave before if it's still in your thing. Don't forget, next week, you got to be here. Next week, next Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel. For those of you old enough to know that reference. Wilco's going to be here. I'm pretty sure Mark's going to be here. I'm going to be here. And we are going to show you the most amazing new feature of UpViral that has been done in quite a while. So be here next Tuesday. I believe there's going to be a contest. Can't tell you that. It's not official. May not happen. I might have just lied to you. But pay attention in the UpViral group this week. I urge you to pay attention in the UpViral group. Thank you for that comment, Deborah and Keith. I appreciate that. And there will be more coming for those of you who can see what those comments are. Next week is going to be a big deal. Be here. Put it on your calendar right this minute. Next week, Tuesday. Jean, thank you for your kind words. Thank you so much for that, Jean. I want you to be here next Tuesday. The world's going to change a good bit next week. What you do inside UpViral is going to change next Tuesday. Be here. Don't forget, Deborah keeps reminding me, there is still the $1 offer. 30 days for $1. Michael Winter did 3,200 leads, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure it was over 3,000 leads in 7 days on a 14-day trial for $1. Go watch that show. Go watch that show. Incredibly valuable show. He showed you how he built his campaign in 7 days, and he ran it for 7 days and brought in 3,200 leads. It's not the 3 billion leads that Wilco likes to advertise, right? That show was exactly down, was it, I'm drawing a blank, the T word. The guy that said he was going to start simple. Not Tim, not Tony. But anyway, 3,200 leads can change most of your businesses completely. Again, if you do the marketing, right, the marketing industry that says $1 per lead per month, 3,200 leads that he got in the month of January is worth 3,200 times 12. Somebody do the math. That's $33,000, $34,000, $35,000 of revenue he should be able to get from that list. Assuming he knows what he's doing with nurturing and all that kind of stuff. Deborah posted the link again. Thank you. Keith says, I think it was Tim. Thank you for that. 3,150 new leads. Thank you, Deborah. Always with the thing. So Deborah's even done the math. 38,400 per year if he makes the $1 per person per month. Guess what? I know people that are earning $4 and $5 per person per month. You put 3,200 leads on your list at $4, you're making over $100,000 a year. Hello? What are you waiting for? UpViral is the key. UpViral is the key. You should be there doing this. Tuesday next week. Tune in. Thank you, Deborah, again for all of your support. Everybody, thank you for your wonderful comments and your kind words. I appreciate you being here and helping me craft a really cool show. I expect to see you next week right here, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the big announcement and the end of the contest. Shh, don't tell anybody. Watch the UpViral group this week. If this doesn't get your blood boiling, I don't know what to tell you. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you next week. Mark will be here, Wilco will be here, and you will be here. One more ding. There you go, Keith. Thanks for being here. And Deborah's got the link. Thank you very much. You guys are great. We'll talk to you again Tuesday. See you later. Bye.